Okay guys, so before we go into all the movements for Sandbag 101, every single session we do throughout this whole 8 weeks is going to start with 2 movements for a specific reason. We're going to do 2 movements, one called the oblique opener, one called the psoas opener. The oblique opener is basically to get us to engage our lower abs. A lot of us, most of us kind of revert to and always use our upper abs, the 4-pack, the muscles at the top, whereas we want to connect with our lower ab muscles. And the psoas, which is the largest hip flexor, which actually helps connect the lower body to the upper body. We're trying to build a really strong connection between upper body and lower body. So many people have a slight disconnect when it comes to movements. Like they utilize their upper body for certain movements, they utilize their lower body for certain movements. Things like squats, deadlifts, help with avoiding lower back pain. There tends to be a lot of movement through the lower back and on either really tight hips or kind of really weak lower midline. So there's a disconnect between the two. So we're trying to build a really, really strong connection between the upper body and the lower body so the body can work as one really strong, really powerful unit. So these 2 movements are super, super important. That's why we're doing them every time. We're giving you a guide of doing 1 minute, okay, for each one. So 1 minute on the oblique opener and then 1 minute on each leg on the psoas opener. Very specific ways to do them, which you're going to see in the videos after this. But the oblique opener, you need to think about pressing into the lower abs where the pubic bone is, just below the belly button. You'll see in the video, you're going to press your hands into it, and each time you breathe in through your nose, you're trying to make your hands raise upwards. So you're trying to breathe down and force that kind of lower ab muscle to engage. As you do this laying down, you should also feel your lower back pressing into the floor. And then as you breathe out through pursed lips, as if you're whistling, then you will relax. The focus for this isn't reps, isn't how long can you go for. The aim is not to stop breathing at any point. So breathe in through the nose as the hands raise, and then out through the lips as it lowers. In through the nose, so at no point are we actually stopping breathing or stopping moving. Onto the psoas opener, and again you'll see on the video I'm laying flat on my back with my shoulders slightly raised, because what we want to do is fully elongate and lengthen the psoas muscle. Then you'll see me lifting my leg up and down. As I lift up, I'm breathing through my nose. As I lower down, I'm breathing through pursed lips again. And the focus for this is to imagine that psoas muscle, which attaches from kind of the top of your thigh, runs underneath and then attaches to the top of your lower back. Imagine that as a nice thick bit of rope. So you're using that bit of rope to pull your leg up and down. You're not just using your quad, you're not just using the other hip flexors, you've got to really try and connect with that muscle and try and picture and focus it being almost like a pulley. So that is what's moving your leg up and down. So the focus for this is trying to connect and feel and just picture that rope system inside running underneath and connecting. That's what's pulling your leg up and down.